All right, fifth graders. So we started this yesterday and I wanted to have a little more data, so I waited to post this till this today. So when we looked at it, our very first one was at 11:21. No, wait, was at 12 o'clock yesterday, 3:30, and it was right here. And then at 1:30, it was here a little bit longer. And then at 2:30, you see it's getting a little bit longer, and that's at March 30th, yesterday. And then the same thing, 4 o'clock, got a little longer. And I went out at 5 to do it, and the shadow was already in the way from my house, so I couldn't finish it up. But then I came out this morning, and at 9:30, look how long it was. And then it started getting shorter again at 11:21. So what happens is, if we're looking at this like the globe, right? The sun starts in the west. Wait, just kidding. The sun starts in the east and goes across down to the west, right? So when the sun's in the east towards the horizon, our shadow is a little bit longer, right? And then as it goes up, the sun's over here, so our shadow's going to be here. So as it goes up, there it gets a little bit shorter. And when it's straight up in the sky, that's when the line is the shortest. So the lower in the sky the sun is, the longer the shadow. And the higher in the sky the sun is, the shorter the shadow. So I'm going to set my phone down so you guys can kind of look at things. You won't be able to see the whole thing, but you can see enough. So think about it. When the sun is high in the sky, the shadow is short. When you look at a shadow, can you tell if it's morning or afternoon? So that's the question. I want you to think about that question for a minute. If you look at the shadow, can you tell if it's morning or afternoon? So here's what I'm going to say. I'm going to explain it right now. Yes, if you know the direction of the shadow, which way the direction of the shadow is pointing. Okay, so hold on. Yes, if you know what direction the shadow is pointing, okay? If it is pointing west, the shadow is made in the morning. If it is pointing east, the shadow is made in the afternoon. So remember, if it's pointing this way, it's the morning because the sun rises over here. And if it's pointing this way, it's the afternoon because the sun is over here getting ready to set. Let me see here. Sorry, I want to make sure I get through this. So now what I want you to do is I want you to answer the focus question, which I already have written, but I will restate. I just have to locate it. Sorry. I want to make sure I say it exactly right. What can be learned by studying the length and direction of a shadow? Well, we can learn how to tell if it is morning or afternoon. We can learn how the sun moves through the sky, right? So there's lots of things. So what I want you to do is I want you to answer that focus question. What can we learn, okay, about the shadows? What can we learn about, what can be learned about studying the length and direction of shadows? Shadows are longer in the morning and in the late afternoon when the sun is lower in the sky. Shadow angles are evidence of changing relationship between the position of the sun in the sky and the objects on the ground. The direction of the shadow indicates the time of day. North is around noon, westward is in the morning, eastward is in the afternoon. And Earth's rotation causes the shadow to change and in direction and length. So those are all things that you can learn by observing shadows. So you're going to answer that focus question by restating the question. And then after you restate, you're going to give me an answer and you're going to give me some evidence that proves your answer. Okay? And you're going to have your parent take a picture of it. Then you're going to email it to me at fanneja@nv.ccsd.net. I will also put it on my page so you can see it. Plus, if you click the home button, it will be there as well. And let me see what you are learning. All right, I will post another video next week. Bye.